Hey, how's it going everybody? KG Chaos here. Now in this video we're going to go over the enemies of No Man's Sky and go over their weak points and also the best type of weaponry or strategy to kind of dispose of them very quickly so you guys can go about your No Man's Sky journey. Anyways guys, if you guys liked this video, thought it was helpful or anything in between, please consider hitting that like and subscribe button. It helps me out so much and I appreciate it so greatly if you do. Also, if you guys would like to support me further, I'm an up-and-coming author of the sci-fi fantasy genre, focusing heavily on sci-fi, fantasy, and apocalyptic stories. Now if you guys are avid readers, or just thought about getting into reading more recently, I'll leave a link down in the description below so you can check out my Amazon author bookshelf. Anyways guys, let's go ahead and get into this video. Now first, let's talk about the Vile Broodmother, which is probably the more recent type of enemy that was added to No Man's Sky. It's kind of like a tick and a spider hybrid, but it's covered in armor from head to toe all around its body, and the best place to aim for while trying to take one of these behemoths down is to aim for the head or the back of the neck like I was just looking at after you have the armor completely off and it's showing her weak points. Now there is armor, like I said, all around her body, such as her backside on the top and the bottom, and also her legs also have this armor that reveals weak points. Now although they all do damage when you shoot at it, the best place to do the maximum amount of damage that you can over time would be the head or the back of the neck. Now although this is easier said than done for most players, such as veteran players have an easier time by taking her down than newer players would, it's still best if, no matter what type of level player you are, is to always aim for either the head or the back of the neck when you're fighting the Vile Queen. And when it comes to her little Vile spawn or minions that she spawns out, all you guys want to do is shoot the kind of glowing backside that they have and they'll die pretty quickly. They're not too hard to handle. It's mainly just her and her move she does. Whenever I was recording this, for some reason she was stuck in this certain type of attack and wasn't moving, so I was able to easily make a video on it. But again, just aim for her, either her neck right there like you see me do, or anywhere on her head after you get all of her armor off. Next, let's talk about the Hungering Tendrils, which are just worm spawn on worm-ridden worlds. Now, I actually did find that it's best to actually use the mining beam against these guys. It literally shreds them. You saw that one was at half health, and I literally just shredded it in like maybe under a second with the mining beam. So that does a massive amount of damage. But the best place to shoot these I have kind of figured out and noticed is directly into the mouth or in the neck area right under the chin. Like you can pretty much tell what the neck area is. Those two areas seem to be doing the most amount of damage. Now yes, these take a lot of damage no matter where you shoot them. They're easy to kill in retrospect, but there is a better spot I have kind of noticed to shoot them at to kind of dispose of them more quickly. And if you guys don't want to get killed by them, if you're newer players, kind of stay back away from them a good little distance so they can't use their kind of melee attack on you that does a massive amount of damage. So if you don't have high health, just kind of stay a far distance away from them because they can kill you very quickly just with that attack alone. Now let's talk about the biological horrors, or abominations, or monstrosities like I like to call them. Now a lot of people shoot them at the front. Now that's completely reasonable because they mainly charge at you and it's only really part of their body they show, but their stomach is actually their weak point. So try your best if you're a newer player or just don't have a high powered weapon to try to shoot them in the back, or the stomach I should say, because it really does a lot more damage than if you shoot them in the front. Now like I said, veteran players with high powered weaponry won't really have this problem, but it takes about 4 to 5 bursts with even my high powered weaponry to their actual head to kill them, and it takes about 3 to 4 to their stomach. Now yes, it's not a major difference, but there is a noticeable difference there whenever you're trying to fight them, so try your best to get around them. Now the very best way to actually take them out is to go to their spawn point or wherever they're spawning and kind of just fly above them with your jetpack and to shoot your geology cannon down at them where they're spawning just to get rid of them quickly. That's honestly the best way, but I know a lot of people don't have probably a really good jetpack to sit here and kind of hover and just shoot down where they're spawning. So again, the best place, like I said, is to go ahead and just shoot them in the stomach if you're able to, because that is indeed their weak point compared to the rest. But it's not going to matter as much to veteran players with high powered weaponry. It's really just for newer players on this one because they're going to have the most trouble at killing them. Not really trouble, but they do a lot of damage now. They spit at you, and if you guys use the scatter blaster, it only takes 1 shot to the stomach compared to about 2 to 3 to the head with the scatter blaster, so it is a noticeable difference. Now let's talk about the Sentinels, which are the regular Sentinels. Now they have a lot more armor now than they used to, and still the best place to shoot them would be right into the face and destroy their armor and then shoot them in the eyes. The eyes are their weak points, so whenever you're fighting against them, it makes it really easy that they always face towards you. You can just easily destroy their face armor and then just shoot them in the eyes and destroy them pretty quickly. So that's really all it needs to be said about the normal kind of flying around ones. But when it comes to the dog drones, they're just a lot more annoying, just take a lot more damage in general. But I have noticed if you shoot them in the front legs or just directly in the face like the other Sentinels, they do take a lot more damage than anywhere else on their body, but they are still such a hassle to take down because they're just so aggressive and just lunge at you. So that's where I recommend you guys shoot whenever you are fighting them. And now moving on to the Sentinel Minotaur, which is the most fierce and destructive Sentinel force in the game. Now, even though these guys are destructive bad boys, I found a very funny weak spot for these guys, and it's actually their knee. Now, don't ask me why. I do not know why their knee is their weak point, but you can take them out very quickly. Just look how fast I take out this Sentinel drone with no repair drone near it, and from just pretty much 100 health to 0 by just shooting it pretty much in the kneecap. Now, I don't know why they get destroyed so fast, no, I'm not complaining, but it is a very funny weak point for them in general. And now we move on to the Sentinel Walker, which isn't even that powerful, even though you think it would be, being the top thing that spawns whenever you hit a 5-star wanted level on a planet. But all you want to do with them, even though they don't really have a weak point other than their leg armor, is to shoot both top and bottom leg armor to stun them, and then just plummet their head full of ammo. Just do it repeatedly, and you'll kill them pretty quickly. Like, you can pretty much kill them before they even regain their consciousness. So that's all you guys really want to do here, is just take out their leg armor and then just shoot them in the head. They don't really have a weak point other than just their leg armor that stuns them, so that's all you had to do for them. And now let's move on to the Corrupt Sentinels. Now, for all the variants of the Corrupt Sentinels that there are, what you want to do for all of these is really just aim for the Atlantium purple crystals that are growing out of them. That is pretty much their weak spot, and for most of them, it destroys all the armor on them, and it just blows up the armor and makes it easier for them to be killed. Now, for the regular Sentinel drills like I'm shooting here, you can also shoot their eyes. Eyes are also another weak point that you guys can shoot, and the crystals are pretty hard to shoot, so make sure you have a combat sight on your weapon so you can aim a lot better with the recoil and be able to take them out quicker. But this works for all of them, even for the big spider Corrupt Sentinel drones that come after you. It's best to shoot the actual Atlantium crystals that are on them, and it will destroy all of their upper armor. And they're also really susceptible to explosion damage, so you guys could just sit there and shoot them, which they're still going to take a lot of damage by doing this. Kind of aim for their eyes like normal, but whenever you are shooting at them, it's easier to just use your geology cannon because they're so susceptible to explosion damage. So all you guys want to do here is, once you destroy the crystals that are on top of them, you guys can kind of fly above them with your jetpack and then just shoot down on top of them with your actual geology cannon, as you'll see me do here, and it'll pretty much destroy them in one go. Now, you guys don't even really have to do that. Like I said, they're not very immune to explosive damage, so if you just shoot them a few times with the geology cannon, it pretty much just erases them completely. So that's probably the easiest way for y'all to do that. Now, last but not least, this isn't really an enemy that fights you directly, but I'm pretty sure if you played for a few hours, you've run into the pirate dreadnought at some point, and a lot of players would tell you to, after you destroy the warp engines, which you still need to do first, to go up here and destroy the shields and the fuel cells. But there is a easier and faster method to making one of these behemoths surrender, and that is destroying the anti-freighter cannons, which are at the top of the freighter. Now, there's 6 of these, and once you destroy all 6 of them, it will instantly surrender to you, and you can go about your business if you're just trying to get the fighting to stop, so you can use your pulse drive or warp to a different pretty much solar system. But it will instantly surrender once you get all of them destroyed, instead of wasting your time going along the canyons and trying to destroy the shield and the fuel cells. It's just a lot quicker if you're just trying to pass on through and get whatever you're trying to do done. Well guys, that's it for this video today. I hope you all enjoyed. Also leave down in the comment section below, what enemy in the No Man's Sky universe is your absolute nemesis that you hate going up against while playing the game. Also leave down in the comment section if you guys have any video ideas that you want me to get more into detail about. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.